Hey everyone, James Reeves. Thank you for watching Jimports. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. November 15, 2025 will be 1 year of Jimports. I've come such a long way on a project that I thought wasn't going to go anywhere, but it has, thanks to you guys. And speaking of going somewhere, I'm here at SEMA 2025. I'm filming for autoguide.com. Go check out their YouTube channel. I figured, however, I would do something just for us, for me and you. Without a doubt, Land Cruiser has played a part in the success of Jimports because I love Land Cruisers and apparently so do you guys. So what I decided to do was make a little video about the coolest Land Cruisers that I saw here at SEMA 2025, and now I present that to you. Thank you guys, really, it means everything. Let's save the best for first. Hands down, the best Land Cruiser, maybe best car in the entire frickin' SEMA 2025 show was in the Toyota booth. They call it the J60 Turbo Trail Cruiser. I call it sex on wheels. From a distance, and honestly, even up close, it looks like a super clean Survivor 60 series, but it's way more than that. Toyota managed to drop a 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6 out of the Tundra into this truck, 389 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. It still runs the original 5-speed manual, has a mild 1.5-inch suspension lift, a modern head unit, and upgraded audio, and a cool backstory. Toyota bought it from the original owner in Texas. He taught both of his daughters how to drive with it, but by the time Toyota got it, the dash was destroyed, the floor pans were rotted out. They resurrected it for the show. I spoke with Marty, a 42-year veteran at Toyota, about the car.
First, we needed to make the motor run on an engine stand, and that's tough because you have all your electronic fuel through Toyota, with the variable valve timing, variable lift, everything that's involved in these motors to make them runs through the ECU. So we had to first find out how to get an ECU that would run the motor standalone and not need a transmission hooked up to it, an automatic that it has right now. Once we got that done, it was like, okay, game on. We would have never been able to get the motor run like it does without Toyota's help, 100%. The R&D guys up in Ann Arbor, Michigan were super on board because they're all geeks like we are. We love old Toyotas.
Toyota could sell these for $250,000 each and they would sell out, no question. Oh shoot, where my weebs at? Grab your Ducky Makota because the original body kit Kings from Nagoya, Liberty Walk, showed a one-off Land Cruiser 250 series with an unmistakable LB Works wide-body look. This was in the AlphaRex booth. AlphaRex was showing off their new Land Cruiser 250 headlights and taillights, which look incredible, by the way. They're pricey, but they have some of the cleanest lights I've seen for this new truck.
We are working with Liberty Walk for collaboration. So this is a one-of-one kit in the US. So the suspension is actually from Radflow, and it's a custom kit because we have to lower it to achieve that Liberty Walk look. Sure. And we literally built this car from the ground up within like a week, which is really, really cool. A lot of work, but it was so cool and it was so worth it.
AlphaRex told me that this kit was a one-off, but I found this blog that said that this LC250 bundle will sell for about $9,000. But when you click through this link, even though it has a pretty convincing URL referencing the 250 series Land Cruiser, it comes up blank. I don't know if this is an AI hallucination or if maybe they just got their hands on some information that Liberty Walk hasn't shared yet. But look, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary. Liberty Walk has already done a 300 series body kit, so it wouldn't shock me to see a production option pop up for the 250. Whether it's your style or not, the stance is tidy, the execution, classic Liberty Walk. If you want new truck reliability with a little bit of drama, then this is the look. Not for me, but I know you kids are gonna love it. All right, here's one that I think y'all are gonna get pissed off about because I've already kind of seen some angry comments about it on the I Hate Mud Land Cruiser forums. I think that that's kind of misplaced. Tremec fully restored a 40 series and converted it to electric. The owner was literally driving it to Tremec for the swap when the engine blew. Now, when it arrived, it was painted red, but during the restoration, they discovered that it was originally green, so they returned it to that color for the conversion. What's neat about this, Tremec uses a single-speed reduction box into the stock transfer case, so you still have 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low, but now with instant electric torque. The system itself, not cheap.
Yeah, you're probably going to be 80 to 110 grand all installed in it. You know, the systems run from about 60 to 80 grand depending on how big your battery pack's going to be. But the system, when it leaves our shop to the installer shop, 100% ready to go in, unpack it, connect it, and it runs. This car is going to be a commuter from San Clemente to Carlsbad, and on the freeway. And how often do you see a Land Cruiser, someone's commuting in it in an urban environment?
120 to 140 miles per charge, DC fast charging taking about 90 minutes, or you could plug it in at home overnight, whatever. However you feel about EVs, the restoration and the packaging on this truck are some of the best I saw at the show. One of the most beautiful Land Cruisers I saw at SEMA, if not ever. We're going to close with another 2025 Land Cruiser, but this one ain't a 250. It's an Aussie 79 series mite running LiquidSpring, a fluid-based adaptive suspension kit that can change spring rate, damping, and ride height on the fly. They had this neat little demo where you could kind of toy with it on the outside of the car at the show. You get multiple modes, auto leveling. It completely changes how a leaf-sprung workhorse behaves. The truck tracks flatter, it rides better, it stays level with a full payload. It's a serious upgrade for long touring and real work. Now the catch for us, availability. Every other Land Cruiser on this list is attainable if you have the budget, but a 79 series is not, at least a new one. You got to find one old enough to clear the 25-year import rule. Until then, you're admiring this Aussie LC from afar, or you're adapting similar technology to one that you imported under the 25-year rule. I was on the hunt for Land Cruisers at SEMA 2025 this year. These four stood out to me. There were a lot of shiny SEMA spec Overlander 250s all over the place, but there wasn't much that I saw with the class, character, or clever engineering that you saw in this video. You guys know I love Land Cruisers. You know I love you. So I hope you enjoyed the walk and talk. If you want more like this, like, subscribe. I'm James. This is Jimports. See you on the next one.